don't appreciate shit that you do for them. Like, I'm convinced that you could save someone from choking, and they would still be like, hey, motherfucker, I was eating that. We went and floated the river this past Sunday, the first time this year. Fucking disaster. Nothing went right. To start, we had to go to a new spot to drop in. Alright, we're trying something different. So we're pulling up to this place. I got a man sprinting beside my window, yelling at me. He's got nipple chains, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger tattoo on his chest, the whole deal. Alright, so I stop. I'm like, what's up, brother? Is everything okay? No, it ain't okay. You're getting dust all over the side of my house. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of to be expected when you live on a fucking dirt road, Roger. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Tunnel the kayaks in like I'm fucking El Chapo? He's like, no, I just want you to go 15. That's the speed limit. 15 miles an hour. I was like, brother, I'm not driving 15 anywhere. Like, I don't care if it's a school zone and kids are in the street. Forget it. So we're like, fuck him. And we go and drop in the water. Now, me and my buddy are on kayaks. My wife and my son are on this inner tube. And my son has this life jacket on that my dad gave him that inflates if he hits water. And the whole time my wife's bitching. I wish you would have gave him a regular life jacket. I don't know why you put this shit on him. I don't even think it's gonna work. Do you think it's gonna work? Is it gonna inflate? Did you test it? I got tired of hearing it, and I was like, you know what? You're right. We should test it. And she's like, yes. So I just grabbed the float, flipped their asses over. But when I did that, somehow it put a hole in their inner tube, so it deflates. My wife is screaming her head off. She hates getting in the water. She's mortified. Meanwhile, my son explodes into this fucking life raft like a transformer. He looked like the blueberry chick off Willy Wonka as he was floating downstream. He's got this bright-ass orange light flashing like he's fucking lost at sea. I told my wife, I was like, well, it works. So I gotta give her my kayak now to make things right. I'm hanging off the side like it's the door from Titanic, and we got my son tied to the back like we just stole a fucking traffic cone. So I start pounding beers, because when I float the river, I like to be drunk and dehydrated before lunch, and I haven't even got started. Well, all of a sudden, we roll up on somebody getting drowned. Like someone's drowning somebody. I'm like, fuck no. So I go over there trying to save him, I'm like, get off of him, motherfucker. So at this point, I'm fully submerged underwater, noodling around for this grown man like I'm Hannah Barron. As I pull this man out of the water, I notice the guy who's drowning him has a suit on. And then there's people standing off to the side watching the whole thing like fucking Phil Collins. The dude didn't even say thank you. He just looked at me. He was like, hey, I'm getting baptized, man. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. Congrats to you then, player, for getting saved twice today. Be more appreciative.